Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Mosby. Thank you for joining us for Second Chance Sunday, your weekly roundup of some of the best deals from some of the best shows. And what a week it's been. It's been a brilliant week, hasn't it? We've had guests in, Sarah's been back, we've had brilliant Mayday Madness, we've had the takeover shows and so much more. So this show, as I say, is all about wrapping it up, bringing you the top 10 deals. So let's get started. Kicking off this week's countdown, number 10, we go back to Thursday for our Mayday Madness show, which was incredible. Sarah was here throughout the day, Debbie in as well. We had some unbelievable deals. This one is one of those brilliant deals, a sparkling winter box, which you will have seen, I'm sure, on the channel over the course of the last year or so, but you won't have seen it at this price unless you were watching on Thursday. So a box which is worth $99.99, coming down to that brilliant platinum price of $28.79 or $43.67. As the name suggests here, this is a box all about those winter months. And what's brilliant about this is you get so much within the box, so much as far as your consumables are concerned. And if you're someone who's just starting out in crafting, you don't need a machine either, which is the brilliant thing about it. You can simply get this box, get it home, and get crafting straight away. There are 530 elements that you will be receiving within this box. And those 530 elements, I'll show you some of them, but just to give you a bit of an idea in here, you're getting printed papers, you're going to be getting foiled vellum in here, you're going to be getting acetate, all of your card blanks, and the envelopes to go with those as well. And everything is pre-cut. So things like your gift tags, panels, edges, everything that you would normally perhaps cut with a die is already pre-cut inside the box for you as well. Pre-cut snowflakes in here, and then you do get some hardware like stencils. You're going to be getting some glitter paste in there as well, gilding flakes, adhesive pearls, loads of cord and glitter and sentiments, the silver bells, and there's pre-scored boxes in here as well, which is brilliant. So you're simply going to take these out of the box, fold them together, and then get creating cards, get creating, boxes as well. And look, this is just some of the beautiful consumables that you're going to be receiving. Stunning snowflake acetate in here. You've got some of your twine as well. You've got all of these pre-cut snowflakes, as I said. So there's loads to go for within this box, and you don't, as I say, need to be thinking about buying a machine alongside this. Great if you have already got a machine, of course, because you can then pop the machine to one side and just delve into the box. But if you haven't, look at this, all these toppers you've got. And again, things like Let It Snow, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Joyeux Noël, Magical Christmas, Season's Greetings. If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. That's one of my favourite sentiments ever. Boxes in here as well. So again, look at those. We just make life so easy for you. Everything has been cut out. You've got all the score lines there. So you're simply going to fold, burnish and stick to create some really cute boxes. Again, you've got the little I call these like sort of cheese boxes, which again, you can simply just fold and stick. Bigger snowflakes in there as well, which will just pop straight out of the cardstock. You've got all your sentiments as well, pre-cut, ready to go. So Christmas wishes in there. You've got little wooden elements too, little snowflakes. If you want to colour those, add glitter to those, you can. Look at, there's tons in here. Iridescent glitter, gilding flakes in there too. Then you're going to get your pot of glitter paste in there as well in that beautiful iridescent colour. You also get your liquid glue in there as well. So that is going to be perfect for things like your glitter and particularly those gilding flakes as well. All of the envelopes and cardstock in here. I mean, there's absolutely loads. You don't need to go anywhere else. Tags in here. So you can stamp onto these if you want to. Decorate these up. Pearlescent card blanks in here too. More envelopes in here. Those silver bells that I told you about. All of these beautiful papers, and take a look at them. Single-sided with that beautiful sort of like contemporary Christmas sparkling winter effect to them, and again you can snip into those, cut into those. More beautiful pearlescent card blanks in here, more envelopes, more pearls. It is a one-stop shop for all things winter crafting, and as I say, over 530 elements in there. You will also get a little card in there too. I think you can access some online tuition with. It's normally $99.99. It is $28.79 today if you are a platinum member. A brilliant deal, a brilliant sort of stash builder as well. So whichever way you're going with this, if you're thinking about buying your first craft kit, brilliant. If you're already a seasoned crafter and you just want to kind of build up your winter stash, this is the one to go for. What a price today, and it is this week's number 10. This week's number 9 is the Essential Tools with free paper trimmer from Wednesday. When I first saw this, I thought surely they've got this the wrong way around. No, we're giving you the paper trimmer for absolutely nothing within this bundle. The Favourite cutting implement of Craig's, I know. Obviously, you know, if you can get a guillotine in your life, then that is going to be brilliant. But if you're just starting off, again, in craft, paper trimmers are brilliant because you're going to be able to cut all of your cardstock, all of your papers in here, absolutely no problem at all. And even cut through up to 2 sheets of your 180 GSM cardstock in one go, or 5 sheets of your 80 GSM. 3x12 is the size on this. You can buy replacement blades for this too. So, you know, over time, your blades will double. You can buy the replacement blades for this. But the kind of superpower of this trimmer and why it's brilliant to have in your craft room is that you can gut your cardstock with this, something that you can't do with a guillotine. So even if you have got a guillotine, whether it's our portable one, whether it's our large one, it is absolutely worth having one of these in your life. If you have neither, get this anyway, because as I say, you'll be able to cut all your card blanks and you'll be able to gut them out as well. So you're getting that for free within the bundle, an absolute craft room must have. And then we also give you your essentials toolkit as well. Once again, a craft room must have, because it contains a whole host of different tools that are going to be useful to you day in, day out. Great little gift idea this as well, if you're looking to buy something for a crafter, and also nice kind of size as well if you're looking for some tools to take away with you on a crafting retreat. Maybe you're popping over to see some friends, whatever it might be. But in here, you're going to get your 6-inch metal ruler. That will work alongside your craft knife that you're going to be getting in here too. Plus that poke tool. I remember when we launched this on birthday, a lot of people were saying how excited they were about getting this poke tool. For dexterity problems, you know, people perhaps you can't pick up our normal poke tool. It's a little bit small, isn't it? That's a lot chunkier, a lot easier to hold to poke out all those bits and pieces. You're going to get your 4.5-inch precision snips in there as well. Plus you are also getting your tweezers as well. Those are the back to front tweezers, once again, potentially making it easier for you to use if you do have dexterity issues. And we give you your self-healing cutting mat as well. This is brilliant. Use it in conjunction with your knife and your ruler. It's got that self-healing ability, and also it's got your angles on there as well. If you are going to be using this with, say, a rotary cutter to be doing your soft craft, this is perfect. Got your metric and imperial measurements on there too. And that is basically all you're paying for within the bundle. £15.99 platinum, $23.99, comes with that free paper trimmer, and that is this week's number 9. This week's number 8 is the 48-piece Illustrators collection, and what a deal this is. £80 or $100. We brought you this on Tuesday, actually, and there is a brilliant show that we do now, and hopefully you know about all of our new shows, but there's a show that we do called Craft Together, where you get an hour with one of our craft experts, uninterrupted. Bit of a, you know, one of those shows where you can grab a cup of tea, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and ask the questions. Tuesday, Debbie did a brilliant show with these illustrators, and we brought back the price of the bundle that she brought to you. So if you're picking these up today, do go back and watch that show. It was at 1 o'clock on Tuesday, UK time, with the illustrators, the 48-piece set. These pens are incredible, as Debbie will have shown you and will have told you. These are our top-notch artist quality alcohol markers, dual-ended. And the brilliant thing about these is you get the intricate tip, if you like, for, you know, all of those sort of intricate bits of colouring. But the amazing thing is you get that Japanese brush nib with these. That is basically the big cost of the pens, really. It is super light, it is super expressive as well, and allows you to really create some fantastic images. As I say, I've started colouring with these. I am by no means a brilliant colourist. However, using pens like this kind of makes you look like one. I tell you what, they are so easy to use, like colouring with a feather. It's the only way I can describe it. And great if you are doing things like landscapes, like skin tones. If you're doing hair, you can really get those beautiful expressive strokes with that flicking technique. And to get all 48 of these for that price is incredible. You get 4 sets, there's 12 pens in each. This is your natural landscape. So the colours in here, yeah, you can kind of think, if I turn that around and show you, you're going to get a lot of your greens in there. You're going to get a lot of those sort of browns in there as well. And what you'll find also across the range, you will get sort of darker and lighter tones of the different colours that we do. So if you are used to colouring with things like your tri-blends, for example, if you like to do all those different blends, you'll find within this set of 48, lots of like the lights and the darker tones of each of the colours in there. So that one is your natural landscape. This is beautiful as well. So your coastal seascapes, you've got your blues, blues in there, of all sorts of different colours. And actually this one is a really nice example of showing you that you will get lights and darks of those blends. You'll see here, I haven't got my glasses on, but this one here is the lighter blend of this colour. This one here is the lighter blend of that colour. They're the same colour family. So a really good way, as I say, for you to be able to practice all of your blending techniques. Then you've got your figures and portrait. Once again in here, you can expect to see more of your pinks, more of your sort of tan colours in here, your browns as well. So yeah, if you are someone who's more interested in kind of getting into the portrait side of things, you've got 12 colours that you can use within that, and of course blend together. And lastly is your urban cityscape. This one is sort of more of your greys, more of your blues, a really handy set to have to work alongside the other colours that you've got within this set. And if you flip that around, you can see all the different colours that you're getting there. So in essence, it is 48 different pens that you're getting, dual-ended, and our top of the range alcohol markers. To pick up all of those for £80 platinum or $100 is a brilliant deal, and that is why it is this week's number 8. This week's number 7, we go back to Monday when I was with the fish. The Tiny Treasures collection is still proving really popular, and Debbie got her hands on that set and pulled off this amazing demo on Monday.
Now, I thought it'd be really cool to be able to merge two collections together. So we've had a new launch, which is those beautiful dies. There are sentiment dies, so it's these ones here. And I thought the bunnies would look so cute with the Tiny Treasures.
Oh yeah.
So ignore that you're getting Easter. So I'm going to just take that off. You've got an Easter die in there. You don't have to use that Easter die. You can pop that away till next year, and then that'll go for there. But these bunnies are super cute. So I'm going to do both and show you both, because I also love this pennant. I think this is gorgeous. I actually use this on the bookworm collection as well, because it works on that, just to put it on the wall, like when you're sitting reading a book and you've got something on the wall. So this is lovely. So even though you're getting the dies with there, I love that you're getting your love dies, so you can cut them out individually. But we're going to make both, and I'm going to show you both of them. So I've put them all out onto my different cardstocks, and I've also just put some tape down so they don't move in my machine. So we're just going to place our plates on the top and then just run them through. So nice and easy. They're all separate dies, which I love, because your separate dies means that you can cut them in whatever colours you want. You can layer them up how you want them, and they just look really cute, especially with this collection. And then if you want to personalise it, Ben, you can then put whatever someone's name is on there. So it's a really great way of adding personalisation simply. So let's take these out. Now this one here is the little hanger. So let's just grab my pokey tool and take that one out. So you've got your little hanger. Then you've got your actual pennant itself. And how cute is that? It does all the little stitch lines all the way around. So that's for your hanger there, like so. So just going to pop that on there. What I would also recommend having is your little glue bottle as well, because that's really good. And actually I'm going to do it now before I take any others off, because you just want to stick the very ends on here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on each end. I'm doing it now because then I know it'll be stuck by the time I come to put mine together. So it's just a case of working out sort of roughly where that's going to go, and then I'm just going to leave that to dry on there like so. There we go. So then we've got our baby. So I've literally cut out the baby word, which is a beautiful font and actually matches really well in with here. So on your pennant, looks beautiful. Look at that, absolutely cute. But if you was to use that on these ones, it looks just as nice as well. So let's pop that on there. Then we'll bring our other one out. And I am making two toppers, so we're not using both of them, but I just want to show you how versatile this set is with using with other collections. So we're going to take those ones, and then we've got all our little rabbits here. So your rabbits come, there's 3 of them, and the reason there's 3 is because they're all separate rabbits. They've all got different ears. So yeah, which looks so cute. So you've got your rabbit here with your long ears. You've got your little yellow one we've done here. And that one has got your 2 bent down ears, like so.
Floppy ears, flopsy.
That's it. And then you've got your other rabbit, which has only got 1 bent ear. Sort of got 1 up and 1 down. It's a bit like a dog does, isn't it, when they're listening to something. Yeah, when they're very curious. There we go. So we've got all our rabbits. But look how cute they look. And then if you put your baby across there, you've then made a completely different topper to your Easter one, so you've got your baby. So what I've also done with this one, Ben, is cut the rabbits out again, but I just put a tiny little white square behind the towel, and then if I bring this topper in, I've then put the little whites back in their towels, so it looks like they've got little bunny towels in the back, and then I've just put them onto some foam pads just to heighten them up, and put the baby across the middle there. So it works really well, doesn't it? Now, if you did want the Easter one, when Easter comes along, you can then change that out, and the Easter is going to fit fully across there like so. But it just shows you can make completely different toppers, and you don't need to use the Easter one. So that's the first topper, and then we're going to use these other ones. So pop that to the side. You've got a little tiny bit here. Make sure you're really careful with your dies, because you don't want to lose any of them. And then I'm just going to take that piece out. That one is your little wall hanger, so that will go on the top there. So I'm just going to, again, just doing this while I'm still making them, because it means that it just gives it that chance to dry. So pop that on there. Just going to move that up so that will dry. And then we've got our other parts here. So this one, and you've got your lovely little heart as well, which will always come in handy for so many different pieces. So I'm just going to make sure I've got all my dies so I can pop all these back. That's it. That one over there. There we go. So once you've got this done, all you're going to do with this hanger is literally, this will go across the top then, like so. So that makes the top part. Let's do some glue on there.
As I said earlier, it's a cute little thing to have as a new baby project, isn't it? But a great little pennant for maybe like a, your son or daughter's football team or hockey team. You could do it in like the colours of their crest, couldn't you?
Love that, yeah, absolutely. And you could use this as, I don't know how it would work, but you might, one of the medals in the...
Celebrate the Good Times.
Celebrate the Good Times, yes. There's probably things that would work in there as well.
That's a nice idea.
Your number one, you could actually create loads of these in a little bunting, couldn't you, as well, and put alphabets through them, so they will look really cute. And then we've got the little heart. And then what's really cool about these as well is if you wanted to, you could be using your stamp sets, the stamp sentiments on there as well, which are really cute. So I'm just going to put the heart in the middle there.
Lois, you're just saying something we've sort of chatted about all day, which is lovely that you said it. You said it's really nice that different sets can work together.
Yes,
and I think we've done that brilliantly recently, haven't we? A lot of crossover that you can have between collections.
Yeah, I mean, I think our design team who design what we have are very clever in how they've been putting things together. Yeah, absolutely that. And they really are working. I mean, I don't know why I thought that, but I actually said to Leanne, is that an accident? Thinking that's just how it works. And
well, you
said,
never know.
Yeah, but she said, no, absolutely not. They've been really thorough in what they've been developing, how they're developing it, what they're developing, what people like. And I think we've got back to the stage of being really creative.
Yeah.
I think, I know we've got a lot of smaller dies, but I think they are making us more creative and more just mindful of that concentration we have, where it just takes us out of life, puts us into our craft, and then we can create really cool things. So there you go, we've got two toppers now. Look how beautiful they are. So you've got your baby pennant and you've got your little rabbit one. So do cross over those different collections, because they look amazing. So what I've got here, I've made a similar card actually today. I do like this style of card where you actually cut the middle section out of your 6x6 card, and then I've just used the papers in this pad. Are beautiful. I mean, truly beautiful. I've knocked that over 3 times today. Hopefully that's my 3rd time and that's it. Yeah, the papers are so cute. And again, they're going to go for lots of different collections, but they work so well in this little one's collection.
Loads of lovely comments coming through. A lot of people saying that they've bought this collection. And Mary Pat says, I need this collection. A whole new generation is starting in our family. You have to tell us more about that, Mary Pat. Give us the lowdown. Let us know.
Oh, that's so nice.
And loads of people joining in to say hello. I'll say a few more hellos in just a few moments' time. But yeah, remember, if you're jumping in to grab this today, you are going to get the paper pad included. I think it's so nice as well that you've got the letters and the numbers in there too for ultimate personalisation. And as I said earlier, if you've picked up the Celebrate the Good Times, you've picked up collections like the Vintage Carnival as well, you've got the uppercase letters there too, so you've got a great mixture and they work perfectly together. I think it was you and I that discovered that, wasn't it?
Yes, they do. They work amazingly well, yeah, which I absolutely love. So yes, if you wanted the uppercase, then yeah, they work amazingly well. And actually, there's a, in fact, I think it could be one of my favourites from the Carnival collection, the alphabet in that.
Oh yes, exactly.
I
and
love
it works
that
as well.
one. Yeah, just
Perfect.
absolutely love that. It's beautiful. Yeah, really lovely alphabet. I do like that we're doing alphabets.
Yeah.
I think we've got another one coming out next month.
Have we?
With an alphabet. I think that has an alphabet in it. One you mentioned earlier.
One that I really like.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure that has an alphabet in it as well.
The one that I might get in fancy dress for.
Yes.
That you were going to get in fancy dress for, but we don't think you're on the show, do we?
No, but I will be on the last show, and normally we try and squeeze a demo in the last one. Or I could just bring my outfit in for Sarah.
Wow. Watch this space, everybody. That's all we'll say.
I nearly gave something away then. I was like, oh, no, don't do nothing. Shush, stop.
This acetate you're using,
yes.
any particular style that we need to be using, or does it not really matter?
I'm using construction acetate.
Right.
And I think you do need a bit more of a weightier one because you're actually wanting it to be in the middle of your card. So that is what's going to hold your card together.
Yeah.
So when you go like that, it actually acts as a normal 10-fold card. So your acetate works really well. So you can see like that. If you used, say, our printable acetate or a flimsier acetate, that would just be wobbly and it wouldn't hold very well. Yes. So even when you put another piece of card there, it would just make it too heavy in the middle. So we're going to just place this one onto there as well. So all I need to do is put some glue. And again, if you cut a card to the same size as this, you can easily mask your glues on the inside just by putting extra paper pad on there. But I don't worry too much. Not many people would open it and want to see the inside. They're looking to see what is written in the inside more than anything else. Then what I've done is you've got a beautiful, let me just bring them in actually, set of sentiment stamps here, which I absolutely love. There's something for everyone. So because of the colours that I've used, I'm going to do a girl card. So I've literally used my nesting dies, the oval ones, and I've just put It's A and then I've put a girl. So because you've got a girl and you've got It's A. So you can make this card in different colours and whatever you're choosing to make it for, you can put down there. So I think we're going to have one on each corner there, and then we can either use our pennant, so you could put a baby which is in there like so, which would look absolutely lovely. But I'm going to, just because we've just launched these, I'm going to use the little rabbits, which I think look so cute on there, don't they? So let's also, I'm going to higher them up a little bit, so we're just going to put some foam pads onto there just to give that a little bit more height. Be mindful if you're posting and just make sure, just keep it flatter, so that's not a problem. So we're just going to take those ones off. I love that our foam pads, just the backings come off really easy.
They do, yeah.
So we're just going to place that one into the middle and stick these ones down.
And goes back to Lois's point of how nicely the different collections play with each other really nicely. The rabbits from one collection working with the Tiny Treasures collection, which is lovely to see.
And I think people have really seen that today, and that's why the rabbits or the bunnies have been one of the popular ones, haven't they? Yeah. Because people know it's not just for Easter, you can use the little rabbits.
That's it.
For so many different ones. And then all I've got is I've just done a little, and these were out of one of the Violet Studio ranges as well, just some little pre-made bows. Cute. So I thought I'd team them in the same colours. So we're going to put a yellow one, I think, on the pink, and we'll put a pink one on the yellow, and then pop that on each side to finish. So I'm just going to use my tape pen, or you could use your Kalau 3D glue gel. So I just pop a little bow onto there, and then we'll pop this one on the opposite side. So it's just tying in all those beautiful colours. And you could even, if you wanted to use these, so this could be a card you make for Easter next year anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. But why not start now?
We say start early.
Yeah.
Week after Easter. There we go. And there's our beautiful little bunny card, but we've made it into It's a Girl card.
This week's number 6 is our brand new launch from Monday. It was the Layering Sentiments, a brilliant collection actually, which allows you to be able to create some cute little toppers for all sorts of different projects. You get all the sentiments in there as well, so you can use the sentiments which have been kind of aligned with each of the sets, or you can mix and match them around. You can not use them if you don't want to, or indeed you can bring in sentiments of your own. It's entirely up to you. Such a versatile collection. Great also if you are someone who's got one of those scrap boxes and you need to use up all of your cardstock. So a fantastic set, and here is a fantastic demo from that day.
Yes, these are beautiful dies, and I love this one. I mean, we shouldn't have favourites, but we all do. And I think this is my favourite. The Mother Nature one is so beautiful. I love the fact that it's got florals on there. So you've got your 3 daisy dies, then you've got your 2 outline dies, and you've got your mother die. So we're going to use the mother one, and we're going to use our main big base as white card. So we're just going to place those onto our white card. Let me get my boards down, and then we can pop those into place. And then I've just got some really pretty coloured cards, and I've used these papers from the Honeysuckle collection because I just love the colours on these, the lovely greens, the pinks. But I have used the main card, this colour on the card, but I want to flip it over and use the opposite side to create a background. So I'm going to use that for the background, and this one I want to cut out of using the, let me just pop them up there. I don't need all of that, so I'm just going to trim some of that down like so. So we'll have those 2, and then we're going to use these ones for our florals, and this one I'm going to use for the next base layer. So I'm going to have that lovely green on there, so let's just place that on there. Then let's do our, I'm going to have that one for our pink. In fact, I'm going to use that one. Then we're going to do that pink one, and I thought, oh yeah, it's underneath, look. So let's just trim those because we don't need all of that. I've got a lighter pink, so I thought it'd be really nice to show these in 3 different colours. So we've got the lighter pink, the purple, there we go, and the white and green. So that will do for our smaller one. So that's all of them in place, and I am just going to tape down, if I can find where I've put my tape. There it is. It's because it's see-through, I couldn't see it. Pop that on there, and then that will do. That's all I need to really tape down. There'll be fine. And then we're just going to run those ones through. So just very gently, because I haven't stuck the others down, just going to lift those up and pop that into the mouth of the Gemini.
And just to say, you mentioned earlier, for those who do have a smaller machine,
yep,
go all through the mini.
All go through the mini, yeah, absolutely. Even the bigger dies, and they say 3.1, but I've tried them through the mini, they just go through on the platform. So yeah, they absolutely work. So once we take those out, that's cut out all our components in one go. Then what you want to do is, on this other coloured cardstock, I want to use a different one of the dies. So I'm just going to grab, which one is it? This one here. This one is our Cheers to You, and it's got the friend die, because for me, your mum is your friend, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So I thought, let's use this one and die cut them out. So I'm going to cut one. I've got a few already cut out just so you can see how that looks. And then we'll start assembling these ones. And actually, while I've said it, I am just going to go and grab the mini so you can see just how easy they will go through the mini machine. So it's just a case, pop those through like so, onto there, and in seconds then, and this is the best thing about having the mini, is that will die cut your die. So lovely to use because it's nice and quick and easy. So once you've got that one done, let me just use my pokey tool to take that out. We've got our friend die, like so. So that's your beautiful friend die, and if I pop that onto there, you'll be able to see that nice and clear. So it's a beautiful, I mean, lovely fonts these
really
are
nice
as well.
Yeah.
So take this one out, and you've got your mother, which I actually really love. The more I sort of say it, I love the word mother.
Mother.
Yeah, mother, just a really, really lovely word.
I say it's like sort of quite old-fashioned, but that's not really the right word, is it? Mother and father.
I think it is a little bit old-fashioned, though. I think you're right, but I don't think old-fashioned is a bad thing. I think sometimes when we say old-fashioned, it sounds dated, it sounds old, but it's actually, I think old-fashioned's quite nice.
Do you know, the only time I use mother and father is when if I email George and Daisy's schools, and I refer to myself as...
Do you?
Yeah, George's father.
Ah.
Yeah. Maybe we should bring it back more. Maybe you will with this collection because you've got the mother die.
I think it's always been classed as something a bit posh, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
So
maybe.
mother and father. I've just put my poker to there. It is hiding. Before we take that one out, I've just got my alcohol pen, and I'm just going to go through the middle. So just to give that a little bit of colour, we're going to do that. And I'm going to go in with the darker one on that one so we can see it a bit more. There, and where's my other one, the purple one? We're going to do exactly the same with the purple as well. So just using that one dark pink colour, and that's going to give us our statement in the centre there. So you can see that one. Look how pretty that looks. And then we've got our smaller one and this one. So we've got all three of those to go down. And then we've got these. Now what I've done with this one, Ben, is I've created lots more of them and just put them through, I've just already adhered the back of them. So I've got lots of them here. And we're going to use these as a background. So just going to pop these to the side first before we put that together. I'm just going to make sure I don't lose any of my dies. So let's just pop them to the side as well. We're going to use these ones to create the background, and we can put these wherever we want them to be. So I'm just going to take them off there, and let's have that, just say we want that to go across there, like
this is such a cool way to create unique backgrounds. I'm sure Craig did one similar to this last week.
Oh, okay.
Die cut elements, but then creating like cool backgrounds like you're doing here.
Yeah, it's just a nice way to use extra of the dies from another set. So if you've gone for the whole collection, it's just nice to be able to do those like this. Just put that a little bit wonky, not that it really matters because this is just a background. And then we can do another one here.
So there's no sort of rhyme and reason where you're putting these?
No, what I am trying to do is I want to have it so I've left a little bit of space that I can put some of the flowers as well.
Yeah.
So let's just pop that one up there like so. And then the bits that you've got on the end, you can then always use those. So let's just say we want this one. I can then pop this one onto, say, oh, it only works the other way, but we could have that going off there like that. So it just looks like they're coming off the edge of the page, like so. And then we can pop one on that side. And then that last one there. So you haven't got to use them. If you want to, they're there to use. And let's do that one, just coming off the bottom there, like so. So just a really quick way of being able to create that beautiful background. And then rather than rub that down, I always turn that over and just rub it down on the back. Yeah. And that will just make sure that they'll be really stuck and adhere really well, so they're not going to come off. And then you've got that really cool effect background. Right, let's pop this one together now. So we've got our main matte layer, which is going to go over the white. So I've done that in that beautiful green, but I didn't want it to get lost. So that's why I've used this one. But we've got the white layer. So when you pop that on top, it just, you can see still at the background. So let's pop this together, and I'm going to put this onto some foam pads. I think for dimension, these work really well to have some foam pads on them. So just going to put just a few on there. And we'll have one more up there. So just taking the backings off.
Make a nice little cloud die as well, this for a bigger project, wouldn't it?
Ah, yes, you're absolutely right. It would be a nice cloud die. Or a hedge. Or
a sheep.
Or a sheep. You can have it whatever you want, Ben. And then all we're going to do is to put some glue. So I'm going to use my tacky glue. Just like so, nice and quick and easy. And then, oh yeah, is that way, just like so. So just tap that down. Less is more with tacky glue. If you put too much on, it'll slip and slide around and just take a little bit longer to stick down.
Yeah.
Where's my other ones here? Then we're gonna go onto here. So just, and that's why I love this little glue bottle. Put your glue in there and you just don't get too much.
Can you put all sorts of glue in there, or is it tacky the best one to go in there?
No, you can. You can put your Kalau in there as well. Any wet glue that you've got will fit in the bottle. Okay. Yeah. So whichever you like. If you are someone that loves sewing and you want to put your material glue in there, put that in there. That gives you a nice little tiny amount of glue.
Perfect.
And then our last one, and this one always goes with like the stamen on the outside. So this is nice and easy to line up. So that one will just go like so with this piece on the edge, like that. And then, where's the mother? Where's mother?
Mother!
Mother.
There's mother.
So all I'm going to use is my tacky glue, because it's quite an intricate one, the mother, because of the sort of curly edges. We're just going to use the tacky glue to go on the back. And if you do find that you've put a little bit too much glue on, just tap some onto your hand and then rub it together. Then you'll get little glue globules, they would just come away. And that way you don't have too much glue in one place. And then we're just going to place that right on the edge there. So even though this has been made, so you can see the curves of the bottom here go where the mother goes, you could put any sentiment across there and it's going to look beautiful. Right, so we've got our topper, we've got our background, now we need our card. So what I've got here, Ben, is I've made myself an aperture card, but we're going to sort of do it into a slight diorama card. So I've made this one to 10.5 inches by 6 3/4, and I've scored at 1.5 and 2.5 inches on the sides and on this side. Turn it around and score again. And then I've cut my aperture out here, and my aperture measures to 6 inches by 4 inches. And that's going to be my aperture. And then I've got another piece of card, which is our background card, and I've made this to 8.5 inches by 6 3/4 inches. So what will happen, you can see if I pop that like that, it won't fit the whole card. What I want it to do, when this is folded onto that side, that will then lay flat onto this side. It means it will lay flat if you're posting it, but this can stand up in the middle, but it sits beautiful, and it can go either side. So we're just going to glue those side panels, and then this one is going to go right in the middle. So I'm going to glue this one down first. So I'm just going to pop my tape pens, and it's why I didn't want to use the pattern side, because I wanted to get the most out of the sentiments, but I also wanted to be able to see that through the actual aperture itself. So I'm roughly going to see where my center point is. So I've got 3 there, 1, 2, 3, so to there, about there. So just roughly, it doesn't have to be perfect, just means that what we've put on there will be roughly in the center. So burnish that down, and then we can glue this one in place. So I'm going to first of all pop my glue onto one side, like so, just making sure that's fully covered on the edges. And that will go onto this side here, like so. So burnish that one down first, so you know that that's not going to come apart. And then our other side, when you then come in here, that's going to then fold flat onto that side. So I'm just checking that will all fold flat, so we can then stick that one as well. And that's just a case, you could use a wet glue if you wanted to on here, but your tape pens are just as strong. So onto that side. Fold that one in, and that will go perfectly on the opposite side.
And those papers again, you said honeysuckle, didn't you?
Yeah, this is the honeysuckle collection, yes. So we'll just fold that one over, and again burnish down. My biggest tip ever is to always burnish and do it from the back, that way it doesn't pick anything up. Now if you wanted to at this point, you could make a shaker card out of this and put it in the background. You can put some acetate on there. I just want to leave that open, so I'm happy for that to be open, and then we're just going to use our topper to go on the front of the card. I did have a ribbon, but it seems to have gone walkabout, so it doesn't matter. All I'm going to do here is, I think, let's do our tape just going down the sides and the bottom here, and that's going to hold that beautifully like so, and then just on the end here. So
what adhesive did you use on the vellum strips as Graceful by Design?
on the vellum strips from the one before, they're already adhered.
Yeah, washi.
Yeah. I don't know if we've still got any, Ben.
I think we have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
certainly we did, unless they've all sold out. We had them on a show last week, I seem to remember, so there are still some around, unless they were sold out last week.
I've lost my ribbons. I was going to put a bow up the top there, but I will find it and then I'll put it on. But there we go. We can see our card there. Beautiful aperture card, that lovely topper, and then creating that lovely background with that Friends die.
This week's number 5, we go back to Wednesday for Sarah's birthday special, where she gate crashed my birthday and had her birthday celebration. I mean, I wasn't here, so it's fair enough, but hopefully you enjoyed the shows. It was a really fun day, actually. I noticed that nobody saved any cake, though, for me. I believe there was a cake, and it had me on the cake, but there's no cake left. That's nice, isn't it? Anyway, from that day, we had a brilliant deal on the Classic. So you've already seen a fantastic deal today with the illustrators. This is the 72-piece set of Classics, and I cannot believe the price these are. £56 or $68. No wonder it was a super busy day. And once again with the Classics, what we've done for you is we have sort of rebranded the boxes, repackaged them if you like. They're not new colours, just to say that. Newly reconfigured, new packaging. And these again are our alcohol markers, however different to the illustrators in the fact that you can see here you've got the fine nib, but then you've also got that chisel nib there as well. So makes it nice and easy for you to kind of do those bolder sweeps of colour, and again streak-free, beautiful alcohol colouring. And across this range, yes, you will get 72 different colours, but you get lots of kind of different shades of colours within different colour families. So if you are moving from the tri-blends into that sort of classic market, then these will be really, really easy for you to be able to colour with. Let me show you the colours that you're going to get. So your vibrant florals first of all. You can see all of those beautiful colours that you're going to be receiving in there. Beautiful oranges and pinks and greens and reds within that. And as I say, across the ranges I'll show you as I'll go through here, you will find lots of different colours from the different colour families, so that you've got the ability to be able to do all of your blending. So that one is your jewel tones. Again, flip that one around. You can see some of those colours that you're going to be receiving in there. Once again, 12. Then your subtle pastels is next up. I mean, this is crazy value for money, the fact that you're getting all of these amazing markers for that price. So you're getting like those sort of lighter colours, so sort of light yellow in there. You've got a beautiful mimosa, you've got lilacs, you've got beautiful sorbets in there as well, a chartreuse. If I turn that around, again, you can see those 12 colours you're going to be receiving in that box. Next up, let's go from the pastels to the brights. So again, 12 different colours in here. Once again, you've got your beautiful bright yellow, so that's your sunshine. You've got the orange, which is the satsuma. There's a beautiful begonia in there, a few different greens and some teals in there as well. And again, you can see the 12 colours you're going to be receiving in your box of Vivid Brights. Then we go into your greens and your browns, so sort of woodland nature, this one. So once again, lots of different greens across sort of different ranges. You've got avocado in there. You've also got your alpine green. You've got the beautiful, if I can read out my glasses, olive green in there as well. Flip that around, you can see all the different shades that you're going to be getting in your woodland natures. And then lastly is your beautiful classic vintage. Once again, 12 colours within that. If I flip that around, makes life easier for me so that you can read that for yourself. Should have brought your glasses, Ben. What a rookie mistake. But what a price. You're well over £140 normally for that. We brought that price back that we had on Wednesday on Sarah's birthday shenanigan takeover day. £56 or $68 is what you're going to be paying if you're a platinum member. Make sure you snap up that deal. What a brilliant buy. And this week's number 5. This week's number 4 is the Graceful Plumes collection, a former pick of the week, which actually featured on Thursday this week on Craft Together, the new show that we're doing in between shows, which you guys are absolutely loving. And Debbie took you through your paces with this. As I say, those shows, we will let you know when we do them, of course, ahead of time, but they are brilliant for kind of having a one-to-one with one of our experts, and especially with kits like this. If you've already bought it, you can tune in, watch the show, pick up loads of ideas and hints and tips. But essentially, it is a beautiful collection of stunning peacocks. And you've got all of the stunning papers in here. You have got plenty to work with as far as your hardware is concerned. You've got beautiful dies in here. You've got stunning stamps as well, which you can colour in. This one here, I really like. Craig actually made that on a show a few weeks back with that Proud as a Peacock. It's definitely that way, isn't it? There you go. Coloured that one in. Again, just another example here as to how you can use that with all these beautiful papers. Lots of excuses as well to bring in things like your touch of sparkle, and also bring in your stunning sequins for all of your shakers. That is a beautiful creator card die, which I'll show you in just a second. And you can see that our DT have had a field day with that, and the majority of the cards actually with that die have been made into shakers. Love that one, a Peacock collection with a card by our very own Sean Peacock. Let me show you everything that you are going to be getting. You think we just throw this together? Let me show you everything that we are going to be giving you within this bundle. The papers, first of all. My goodness me, take a look and feast your eyes at all of these beautiful papers. The illustrations you will not be surprised at, because they are stunning. As always, our paper pads deliver in the fact that you get layer upon layer of interest. You get beautiful illustration and colour. And again, designed with that intent for you to be able to snip into these, create smaller pieces if you want. If you want to do smaller, like 6x6 cards, you can. Then you have got the choice. If you want to do kind of more of your own, maybe mixed media crafting, you want to do some stamping, maybe you want to add some glitter, do some stenciling, you've got like a bit more of an open palette on the reverse side of each of those papers to be able to do that. Beautiful, vibrant, stunning, bright colours across this 36 sheet pad. And what's brilliant again is that you do get all of these pages, all of these images replicated in that smaller 6x6 too. So it's a lovely, lovely pad, 36 sheets, and you'll get that in your 6x6 shrunken down. What you also get, as always, we never leave you hanging as far as your linen cardstock is concerned. We're going to give you all the linen cardstock to match up as well. And take a look. It is bright, it is bold, it is absolutely beautiful, and colour matched to perfection. Once again, all of the colours in here will match up perfectly with all of the colours that you've got across the papers in your 12x12 and 6x6 pads, so that you don't have to be scouring your craft room to find the colours that match, because we've done it for you. 6 colours you're getting in there, so you're getting 4 sheets of each of those colours, giving you your 24 sheets of linen cardstock within that pack. If you want extras of that, by the way, shop the website. You'll be able to find that bundle on its own as a separate deal, but you get that within your pick of the week. You're also going to get your Beauty and Elegance die set. This is gorgeous, actually. I don't think I showed you, or maybe I did show you a card. Yeah, so this one here is that project there. So you've got the 3 separate dies that you can cut into your cards, cut them out as panels, create that beautiful sort of triptych effect. It's called Beauty and Elegance. This one is your Proud Peacock. So you've got that beautiful stamp, which you will get the die to be able to cut out as well if you love your colouring. Really nice size stamp to be able to colour in, depending on whatever your colouring medium is. Perfect Plumes is that beautiful peacock, once again with that outer layer that you can layer the detailed die cut onto. You're getting edgeables in here too with that beautiful lucky feather. You're also going to get the peacock quill. So that is that huge creator card die that we were showing you just a few moments ago, that you're going to be making things like those stunning shaker cards with. And then last but by no means least, you're going to be getting all of your sentiments in there too. That is your strut your stuff. So things like make all your wishes come true, proud as a peacock, be strong, be happy, be you. And then you've got your more simple sentiments like happy birthday. That is your Graceful Plumes collection, £72 or $92. And that is this week's number 4. This week's number 3, it was all popping off apparently on Wednesday. That's what the kids say nowadays. I've just been told in my ear. So it was all popping off on Sarah's birthday show, and this was Sarah's party popping birthday box. £32 or $40. I believe it went out of stock and then we managed to get stock back in again. You've got a little bit of stock left on this Second Chance Sunday. The price of the box is, I'm trying to read that on the screen. What is the actual price of this? $134.86 or $183.54. So the saving is absolutely massive. And do you know what? You can tell this is a Sarah box, right? Because who on earth ever gets to put a Colour Like a Pro art kit into a goodie box? Only Sarah. I mean, this is incredible already. If you're talking about like value, this is pretty much up towards, I think it's more than the value actually, that of the platinum price. It's one of our kits, the Celestial Maidens, where you get a selection of our classic markers and a selection of our illustrators, plus an art liner, and then all of the illustration to be able to colour too. So it's a great way to be able to kind of hone all of your different styles of colouring, and you get tuition in there as well. This is just some of the artwork that you're getting, but actually I always say this, even if you're not that kind of interested in the artwork, for the price that you are paying today for everything, just get it for the pens. But that's in there. Also, I mean, this is ridiculous. Also in here, you've got your beautiful paper pad from the Flora and Fauna collection. One of my favourite papers in there of the year. I absolutely love that floral wreath, but it was a stunner of a paper pad. And you know, essentially now we are practically giving this away for free within Sarah's popping box. This really is popping off. Next up, you are going to get stencils. We're covering all seasons here. This is the Witching Night stencil set from our Halloween range. Halloween is back this year. I know it's probably a long way from Halloween right now, but you'll be using these later on in the year. 3 stencils you're going to get in that set. Largest one is 8.5 by 8.5, and then you get your little icon and your border stencil in there too. What else has she put in here? Scrapbook kit from the Circus collection. So that's a little kit on its own that you could potentially give away as a gift. There's papers in there. There are stickers in there. There's photo frame corners. There are toppers in there as well for you to be able to make your own little 6x6 album of special memories. Next up, the paper pad from that collection as well, actually. It's the Vintage Circus. Been doing a lot of circusy things recently, haven't we? Like the Vintage Carnival, for example. 36 single-sided sheets in there, lots of beautiful patterns, loads of fun, loads of snippability, and lots of kind of generic patterns in there too. So a nice stash builder as far as that's concerned. We are going to give you the opportunity to try one of our pearlescent pigment shimmer ink pads, the Island Shore. That's coming to you in the box for absolutely nothing. Also for free in the box is Sunbeam, so that's from the selection after that, which gives you like a gold sheen shimmer on your cardstock. We're going to give you a docu tape pen in there as well, the original style, 22 metres, 72 feet of stick. You've got one of our amazing corner punches in there too. All of this for free, don't forget. This is an incredible box. You can tell Sarah's back in the house, can't you? You've got a beautiful elegant peacock die in there too. Tie that in with the Graceful Plumes if you bought that this week or bought that today. You're going to get one of our amazing edgeables. That is the delightful peonies. You're also going to get in here a set of stencils, layering stencils. There's beautiful florals. We're going to give you one of our beautiful sentiment frames. That one is actually called Happy Mother's Day. So you get the beautiful die cut frame, and then you've got the sentiments in stamp form to go with. And then last, but by no means least, Viva Las Vegas. Thank you very much. You're going to get the Viva Las Vegas die set within that collection too. I mean, my goodness me, that really is popping off. £32 or $40 instead of over £130 or $180. That is an absolute steal. Grab it whilst you can because we don't have a huge amount of stock. It is this week's number 3. This week's number 2, I think one of my favourite collections of the year so far, the Vintage Carnival. You have absolutely loved it at home. Such a brilliant collection full of beautiful vintage papers, and then you've got all the fun of the fair, things like your Ferris wheeler in there in die form. You've also got things like the big top in there as well, and what I love the most about that collection, the fact that you've got the ability to be able to make your own popcorn boxes from the stencils which are in there, or the templates which are in there, I should say. We had this on launch party on Tuesday, and here is Debbie's amazing demo.
Right, so let's have a look. We're going to do the big top. Where have I put my dies? I bet I've just picked them up and put them away with, yep, I did. Let's pick them back out. All my bits there. And we're going to use the alphabet, so because I love this alphabet, it's such a fun font, and you're going to be using it in lots of different ways. We're going to be using this one, and I think this is brilliant. And again, something you can use on so many different, in different ways, but it gives you all the sentiments in there, so you can use that on their own. but you've got the dies in there to create the ticket stubs. So really great fun if you're doing like a kid's birthday party, adult's birthday party actually.
Yeah.
You've got the little stubs that they can tear off, which I absolutely love. And then we're going to be using the big top, the big tent here, so the big top, which has got all the dies. So I've got all my separate little pieces here. And we're going to just start layering these up onto our cutting mats. So let's pop that there, just get our board, and then I'm going to use these different cards just to make these up. So this piece comes in two different parts. So you've got your main piece at the back. So we're going to cut that one out of cream cardstock. What have I done it enough? I think we've just been quite frugal there with my cardstock. And this cardstock is Keith's. It's the cream hammered cardstock. It's absolutely stunning. And we're going to use the two pieces. So I'm going to use it once and then again, but this piece you lay inside and that's going to create that sort of tent feel. So we're going to just place that onto there like so. Once you've got that lined up in the same amount roughly all the way around, grab yourself some low tape and then we're just going to tape that down. So pop that there like so, put a piece that side and a piece that side. That's our first piece. Then we've got all these other elements. So I'm going to use the blue here and we're going to do the curtains. So I've got the curtains. Now I'm going to be totally honest with you here. You've got this little tiny die which has two little squares.
Yeah.
They're your tie backs. They're a faff. Don't bother with them.
I love that.
You know what?
Yeah.
I just thought I'm not going to cut them out and I'm not going to fiddle about with them. I'm 56. I don't want to be fiddling about with a little die. So I'm going to show you how to do that really easy. Obviously, if you're young and got good eyesight, you might want to use those tiny little dies, but I'm not going to use them. So we're going to use the red. So with the red one, oh, actually, I'll do that afterwards because I want to use the tent with the red as well. And then you've got all these additional ones. So let's just take those off. This one is for your bunting, and then you've got these two which we're going to create onto our craft card. Oh, and we've got this one, and we've got this one as well, which is craft cards. So we're just going to pop all them down, and I am just going to take them down because I don't want them to move move on top of each other, really.
It's such a good tip that you've made there, though. Don't feel almost forced to have to use every single element every time, right?
Absolutely. I know why we do it because it adds to the creation and the detail, absolutely. But just as a person that needs glasses and it's just their little dies, and yes, they look lovely, but I'm going to show you how you can make that look just as nice without using the die. It's the same when we do like a little door handle, which looks lovely and it's a lovely die, but actually you could draw a little dot and it will do just as good a trick. So. Yeah, absolutely. And I love the fact that we give you those choices, which is exactly what we need in being creative. Now, before this one comes out, I am just going to bring in my brown. So I've got a Fryer brown, and I just want to tap into that because, oh, I've got a bit of tape across there. So let's just take the tape away. So from there, like so. And we're just going to tap through those holes just because they act as a stencil. And that will just give us that little detail that we probably won't notice if you don't do it. So just making sure we pop that all the way through. And then when we take that one away, you can see it's got all the little dots now all along there.
Yeah.
So let's take these ones out.
Is that Fryer brown, did you say?
Fryer brown, yes.
That seems to be the go-to brown for all of you guys.
Yeah, it's a great colour, isn't it? It's so you've got a seal brown, but that's just a little bit too dark.
Okay.
So, yeah, Fryer brown's an ideal colour. So just taking all those pieces there, I'm keeping all my dies together. So that's the other thing with the dies, because they're smaller dies, just keep them together so you're not losing any. If you were lucky enough to get one of our magnetic platforms, triangles that bend over, when you're creating with something like this, keep those all on that because then you'll keep them nice and neat. Or if need be, just get yourself a magnetic sheet, put them onto as you're crafting with them so you don't lose any of the pieces. So this piece is the one where you've got where your tie backs go. But your tie backs are this little triangle in there. So grab yourself your little metallic pen, and all we're going to do is put that little triangle in like so. Now that took seconds to do, and if I just hold that up so you can see, I think Sam can probably zoom in there and see that. Sorry Sam, put you on the spot there. You can see, instead of using little die cuts, we've just used our pens to make those little squares. And what you would have in place are those ones there, those tiny little squares. So that's all you have to do. Just put your little magnetic, keep calling it magnetic, your metallic pen, and then you get your little tie backs, instant. And
does anyone else think they look like bunches if you do like a funny face? It could be like a hairstyle.
Oh yes, it does look like that. Yes, in fact that could be another one to put on your ladies through the ages.
Yeah, do you know what? I was thinking that if it fits, it would be great, wouldn't it?
Although I don't think their heads are that big.
No.
But you could make your own. So we've got all our elements there, and this one here, which is going to take that out. So you can see there, that's taking our big top tent out. And then what we're going to do is use the outside cutting edge, and we're going to cut that out of the red. So let's pop my dies here. So I've got them all in the same place. Them ones are all rubbish. And then we're just going to cut a red one and the flag out as well. So just pop them to the side, pop that on there. Yep. And I've got a way too big piece of card, but it doesn't matter. We can, still use that. Oh, that's why, look, connected to my little plates there.
Alexandra just said, Debbie, I never use the teeny dies. She says, I use gems for circles. I'm nearly 71 and dexterity is okay so far, but they are fiddly and very easily lost.
Yes, absolutely.
Eyes don't like them either.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know me, I'm really transparent. I just tell it as it is. Yeah. And I just think sometimes you just don't want to fiddle around with those dies. So there's always ways around it. And I love that, because it's not that we are knocking what the dies are, because they're absolutely brilliant and they do a good job. But some of us just don't want to be fiddling around with small little dies. So, but to not have dexterity issues in your 70s, that's amazing. So,
absolutely, yeah.
So we've got our little flag there. Then we've got this background. So we've got this one here. So that is going to go over the top. I'm just making sure I'm building up a little pile of dies so they're all going back in the same place. And I'm just going to put my lid on my ink pad. Now this one will go directly over the top. So now we can see that the red is starting to come through on there. And this is what I love about these dies. They are so amazing in their design. And I think our design team are very clever. And as much as that small die I'm saying about, I love the fact that you've got the option to do it in different colours and have these dies. So if you want to have a blue tent and you want your background to be white, you can do it however you want.
That hammer card that you used as well, I'm sure that's still on the website if you do want to jump in and grab that.
I love it. It's become my new favourite at the moment. Yeah, I really love it. I love a textured card. So we do a lot of our linen cardstock is amazing, but it works really well because the hammered card is quite thick. Works brilliantly with the linen cardstock, which I absolutely love. So yeah, and that's a nice thing with third parties. It just means that we can mix and match.
Exactly right.
Right, so we've got that one on there. Then you've got the top piece here. Now I've already got a bit that I've just attached my flag to, and just by putting a little bit of glue at the top, just attach the flag and put it over the top. So we're going to stick this one right onto the top piece. So let's just take our glue again, pop down there, and then put that right on the top there, like so. So cool. I love building up all these dies. You'll have so much fun. They're beautiful.
I think it's one of those kits again, isn't it, that you'll get other people to craft with you with. If it's the kids or the grandkids or maybe a partner,
Yes, it is one of those ones that you can just get them. I mean, we've got half term coming up again soon.
Yeah, it won't be long.
They'll love crafting with these. I know my granddaughters will. But again, with the smaller dies, just make sure that you keep them. Keep an eye on them, really.
Do you know what though, as well? You talk about maybe for parties and stuff. Like if the kids wanted a circus-themed or carnival-themed party, you could almost have a little table to the side where they could do their own craft, and you could cut the bits and pieces out for them, couldn't you? And then just let them stick and make their own cards.
Totally.
And, things like that. There's loads of things you can do.
Absolutely. And then you've got the piece that goes across the bottom there. So we're just going to again pop our glue across that bit, like so. So that's going to be the base. So you've got lots of rigidity here as well by adding all these extra dies, making sure that just goes right across there, like so. And then we've got this piece, which is going to go onto here, so it makes the tent. So you can see how it's all coming together beautifully. I bet Craig loved this collection, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
he
I
did.
can imagine this.
Nearly as much as his Ninja Slushie maker.
Yeah, probably not as much.
No.
I've been tempted for a long while to get myself one because I am a slushie addict. I love slushies.
Yeah.
Like wherever I go, I just love them. They are my thing. But I really can't warrant the price of them. A lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. You've got to love slushies.
So with these ones, Ben, now these are quite small. You can either put them on when you've put it onto your card, or all you need to do is attach it to the back and to the side. So I would just put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue on there, and then you can just pop that on into place. So let me just put that there, hold that one down, and then on the edge there as well. And then once you've held that into place for a little while, that would just, then I would put that to the side and let that dry, because it just takes a little bit of sticking, especially because you do definitely want a wet glue, because your wet glue is gonna be easier than putting tape pen on there because it's too small. And that's all you would do. Let that dry. Once it's dry, then put the one on the opposite side, and then you'll get that, and then you'll get to this stage with this one. So exactly the same.
So good.
And then all I've done then, Ben, is took a piece of card and placed it on the back, drawn round it, and roughly just cut away the back piece. You could put another one in if you wanted to, like cut out another back piece, but I've just cut that on, stuck it on the back, so you've got this bit here. And then the only thing we need to do on this one is just to put the edge around the door like this. So that will just go right round that bit there.
Yeah.
So it just makes it look like you've almost got that tunnel when you walk through. When I was creating with this, it really made me feel like I was, you know, when you go to the circus and you first walk through the big top.
Yeah.
There's nothing more exciting, even as an adult, and you see it open up because they're so tall, aren't they?
It's like almost like TARDIS-like, isn't it, in Doctor Who? Like, you can't believe how big it is once you walk in there.
Absolutely, and it's so amazing. And when I put this bit on, it was like, yes, I can imagine myself now walking through there. I love all the trapeze artists. That really, I'm the one that's like,
That's what it's all about, though, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely is. Right, now we've got our big top done. Let's make our card. So what I have done is I've done a bridge card. So let me just bring this one in. So, and I've used all my scraps of papers. I cut this one out because I think this is just brilliant.
Do you know, Craig came up with something brilliant for this. He said it reminds him of, you remember those, not really machines, but you drop like a coin in and it rolls all the way down?
Around, yes, yeah.
The inside of those always look like that. Reminded me of like a hypnotist more than anything.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think what's brilliant about this is the fact that it's double-sided. I mean, you're just not going to know which side to use.
No.
The reason I'm not using the red is because obviously we're using red on our big top. So I thought let's use a contrasting colour just onto craft card. And I would also, if you're going for the Carnival collection, make sure you grab some craft card.
Yeah.
It's just going to work beautifully with it. And on top of that, use the cream hammered card, so Keith from Paper Dynamics. You want to use that as well, and there is some on the website because it is amazing cardstock and it's just going to work so well with everything. So I will tell you my measurements in a second. So let's just pop that on. Have I put that on the wrong piece? Because it seems too big for my piece. Yeah, it seems a bit big, doesn't it? I bet it's not even the piece that goes there.
Oh, well.
Do you know what? I know it's not now because I just realised I took a piece of card out earlier and I thought, that's weird. Why is that piece in there? And then I've just realised why. It's because that was the piece that goes in the middle. But never mind. We're just going to trim that down. So just a little bit. And then I think it's fine at the sides. That's fine. I'll have just a tiny little rim around the edge. That should fit nicely there. There we go. Always away. So pop that right in the middle. And then, so let me give you the measurements for this, just in case anyone wants to make this card. So this is 10¼ by 6½, and then I've scored in at 2 inches and then 8¼ inches. So, sorry, 2 inches, then 2 3/4, then 7½, and 8¼
Yeah.
And then I did my measurements wrong, so you'll probably be able to see like a line just going down there. Ignore that line, I did it in the wrong place.
Okay.
And then I've just done my panels for the side, and again I've already popped them onto some craft card. And then because it's a bridge card, we've done a piece here.
Oh, cool.
And I want this one, when one piece is folded in, that will fit to the other side. So I've actually done this by 1 3/4 inches by 8 3/4 inches.
You know what's so great again watching you put this card together? All
Yep.
the papers are so very different in this paper pad.
Yes.
But they all work brilliantly together.
All work together, yeah,
It's
all
crazy.
of them. There's not a page that doesn't. And then
Yeah.
I also like, because I feel like we've done the can't think what it's called, the linen cardstock,
Yeah.
a little bit brighter.
Yes,
but
it
it
is.
works really well. The colours work really well. So
It offsets really nicely with the vintage
Yes.
feel of the papers, doesn't it?
Absolutely does. Yes. So it's just gorgeous. I mean, can you tell I love the collection?
Well, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's incredible, an incredible collection. Yeah, and I would say to anybody, even if you wasn't sure about going for it, it's one of those collections that's just gonna, you'll use it at some point. You'll absolutely love it.
You will, and certainly, you know, if you do want to pick and choose the papers, yeah, like you said, just grab those. It's a stunning set of papers. And the papers, something we're renowned for at Crafters Companion, and it just, again, blows my mind how we go from strength to strength. And just when you think we can't get any better with papers, we bring out something like this.
Yes, absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely. And it's stunning, isn't it? It's stunning, stunning paper pad. I don't know who done this. I don't know if Al Fay done the paper pad or not.
Whoever came up with it, take a bow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So we're just sticking that onto each side. Now, for a bridge card, you can either put it on the bottom, you can put it at the top, wherever you want it. So I'm sort of going midway there. So it means that it will fold flat. And if you want an envelope for it, it's 8 3/4 by 6½.
Yeah.
To put into an envelope. And if you wanted it smaller, just trim your sides smaller, and that'll make it into a smaller card. Then I've also done some extra sentiments. So I've got a birthday celebration, and I did have another one, so I reckon I've chucked it away somewhere, but it doesn't matter because we've got one, which is fine. But what I've also done, Ben, is I've created party time.
Party!
So I've already die cut these, and I just wanted to show you how good they were because the font on them is just beautiful. So, and I've also layered them onto a cream card as well. So I've cut them at red and the cream. So you can see they're just, what's the word, matte and layered on them, and just gives a little shadow. So we're just going to place this. So I'm going to pop this at the top here. So I'm just going to put them on first, and then once they're on, then I can make sure that we've got them straight. So let's do our party, just like so. Oh, we've got a bit of a wonky one going on there. No one wants a wonky tea. And I love this because you can be really, you know, you can be personalise it to whatever you want. So I'm just going to hold it up to me so I can see. Once I've done that, turn it over and then burnish it down from the back. That will just make sure that that's really burnished down and you've got that party in the back there. And then I'm going to actually use my big top to place on there to see where we want that to be. So just pop that in the middle. That will go there. And then I think I'm going to put party time down on here.
Okay.
So we're going to put our tea there.
I know a lot of people did order this when we launched it, and Carol's just saying, I did order the papers. They are fabulous. I cannot wait to see them in person. Carol, you're going to absolutely love these, honestly.
Yeah, you will.
Such a lovely set of papers.
Yeah, they are amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it isn't till you get them and you look through them and you think, yes, you can do so much with these. Yeah, I just love them. Right, so just really pushing those down, and just because, we can still burnish them at the back. That gives us our party time, and then we're just going to add this one on. I did have 2 sentiments, but I've lost one, so we'll just pop that one there. Birthday celebrations, just with those ticket holders, like so. Pop that right there, and then we can pop that into place as well. So I'm just going to use the bottom of this one just to put along there. So we've got that big top like so. And there we go, party time, birthday celebrations, and there's our card.
This week's number one is the launch from Wednesday, those amazing silhouette dies. You can tell that the boss is back because she's at number one in the countdown. I mean, she had to be number one, really, didn't she? I wasn't here on Wednesday. George was with Sarah, but I managed to have a look at these and preview these on Tuesday, and I am not surprised that they were as busy as they were. A fantastic collection of beautiful silhouettes in die form, then the stencils and the stamps to go with them as well. Such a stunning collection, worthy of that number one spot. And here is Sarah with her demo from Wednesday.
Right, here we go. So I've cut myself a little bit of watercolour card, and I'm just going to use our continuous mister there just to get plenty of, I'm just going to get it nice and wet, right? I'm just going to make sure there that's nice and all soaked in to the paper here, right? Now, the one I'm taking inspiration from, I want it as though she's blown it and it's coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start here and I want it coming out like this. So if I just use those little Colour Creations powders, I'm just going to dab a little bit as though it's coming out from the middle and coming out like this, right? So we've got little bits of the powder, and I'm going to start with one. Have you had a play with these yet, George? Have you
No,
seen?
not yet.
Oh, you're going to absolutely love these, right? So all you do, they like little explosions of colour. Oh, look, I didn't want you over there. I didn't want so much of that over there. I should have really, what do you call it? Masked it off is what I should have done, right? So let's have a little bit of the purple there. Right, so can you see I've got little bits of colour.
Right.
And actually, so let me just get some cardstock. I'm going to just mask you off a little bit so that it does give me that look. So I'm going to pop that there, and then this here. That's what I should have done, so that we were only getting the colour where we wanted it, right? Because then, as soon as I add more of the, look at that, you see? And you start and get all of that merging into one, right? There we go. So I'm just getting that little bit of a feel and getting the mix all kind of coming in together, all right? So if I take these out the way now, there we go, you see. I didn't quite want it as harsh as that.
Yeah.
But I can just take a little bit of, right. I'm making a bit of a mess here, but it's going to be gorgeous once that dries out. So let's just take a little bit of extra colour out. Now you can see why I took my jacket off.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So now we've got that nice kind of subtle effect going on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get that dry because that's giving me a nice base that I can then do the stenciling from as well. All right. There we go. Just take me a second. Have we got many people in watching today? Much chit-chat going on there?
Very busy. I think loads of people are just engrossed in this and what we're doing. Producer Johnny just said to me the fantastic birthday code for yourself, Sarah B Day 20, on the website, across the website. Not on new launches, but try. All we ever say is try it, see what happens. So it's not on new launches, bundles, all third party, but just type it in at the end of the checkout and see what happens. You'll be surprised. On individuals, Sarah B Day 20, getting you 20% off selected items on the website. There is a category for you to have a look at. But listen, at the checkout, try it, see what happens, and who knows, you may be pleasantly surprised with an extra 20% off in your basket.
Well, that's it. You might as well give it a go, see what it works on. Right. Here we go. So let me bring in now the stencil, right? So as I'm going to do little bits of the stenciling, I'm just going to use the black here. Oh, crikey, look, I've got stuff all over already, right? So let me have a little bit of this coming, I think we'll have it coming out this way. There we go. Apparently, is that you saying that, Producer Jenny? Is that someone? Producer Jenny says, I'm the best dressed crafter in the business. I tell you what, I'll take that. I've got a big day of meetings as well, you see. Trying not to get too messy. This is my thing. I've got crafters TV shows today and big meetings in the office. I'm trying to juggle everything all in one. I've got a webinar after this I'm going to be delivering. Right, so I'm just using that coming all the way through. And can you see I'm just moving this stencil round. Let's add a couple of little bits of ones in.
And which ink is that, Sarah?
So this is our water reactive.
Right.
So water reactive is the best one for you to be doing this with. There you go, you see. So it's all right. You can build up as many of these as you want of that little bit of a fluttering going through, okay? So there's my base ready to work from. And actually, look, there's the one that It's a bit, so can you see it's a little bit of a different feel now? It's got more intense colour. Because I popped that off, I took a little bit of the intensity of the colour out. So it's depending on how you want to build it. You can see with this one here that I was taking my inspiration from, uses the lighter colours to blend all of that out, and the black stands out a little bit more. So you build it however you want. What I'm going to do now then is I'm going to use them little bits of cardstock I had, and we're going to cut out the die pieces as well.
Okay.
Now remember what I said, all of these dies will fit through your mini.
Perfect.
So it's going to be loads easier to do all of your die cutting really quickly. And you'll learn this with me, George, I'm a really big fan, I'm a bit obsessed with taking the die and then doing an extra layer with a gold or a silver or a bit of a shadow colour. So just giving myself a little bit of a base coming under here.
Yeah.
So there's my first one. There she is. Out you come, lovely. Do you know?
The detail
Can we
in
just
that.
appreciate the detail in
Yeah.
this? Look at that. Can you see even round her ear and whatnot? There's so much detail in that there. She looks fabulous. Apparently, Leah, do you know what? Let me just get you that on the close-up so you can have a little look. There.
Oh, wow.
Look at that, isn't that? Now that, you might, so it looks a little bit like Leanne's grandkids, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, she based it on them.
Amazing.
Little Adrian Evie. So Leanne's got two lovely little granddaughters.
Yes.
And she based the inspiration for this die was on Leanne's granddaughters. So, which I just think's super cute.
Yeah.
But you know what? All little girls. I think my little Gracie, my little niece, she'd absolutely love this.
Haven't you got another niece?
I have got another little niece, my sister. Do you know, so I actually accidentally announced it on air when I was on Crafters TV last time, and then I realised I've gone and said that, and our Helen hasn't even put an announcement out yet to say that she's had the baby. So I was saying to everybody, it's happened, but I shouldn't really be telling you, so please don't say anything.
Twice I put my foot in it today.
No, it's all right, because our Helen has, I've officially put it on my, it's the word's out there, so panic ye not, we're all good, right? But yes, my little, do you know what they've called her? Hallie.
That's
so
gorgeous.
I've got a little niece called Grace, and now I've got a little niece called Hallie as well.
Oh, everyone's having babies. My very good friend had their baby on Sunday evening. The waters broke Saturday when I was on air.
Oh,
and
wow.
then they've gone, they've had the baby on Sunday. It's all very happy. All baby fever.
Baby fever. Must be something in the waters. So, yes, right, here we go. So there's this. I'm kind of half focusing on what I'm doing, and then I'm half focusing on me, what I'm going to go to as well here. Where's my tape pen gone? Right. So if I do my matting and layering here, this has just reminded me of an exciting new product that me and Leanne found at a show on Saturday. Honestly, I'm itching to tell you,
not fair,
but I'm also not
Sam.
allowed to. Anyway, I saw this exciting new product, and I was so desperate to have it. I flew home on Sunday night, and I sent Leanne to the factory. So Leanne actually travelled out to the factory on Monday morning.
Amazing.
She was in the factory doing the quality tests on the product that I'd selected and doing the tweaks to make it for us. She did that on Monday morning.
And
how awesome is that?
I'm excited now.
Yeah, and because I've said I want this through for birthday week.
Will you tell me off air?
No, I can't, man, because then if I've told you, then you'll feel like you're just, and then you'll be burdened with the secret. Do you really want to be burdened with the secret, George?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Did you buy the suitcase with a little scooter on? I saw you riding
Did you
around
see
that.
that?
I saw that.
Did you see Leanne doing all the product testing as well? Why, she's so thorough. Do you know, even I'm a little bit frightened of her, and I pay her wages. I've always said this about Leanne. She's very Leanne, isn't she? She was very direct with everybody, and she was like, no, this is not good enough. I want this, I want that. No, you've got to change this. And so I was like, but that's why we love her, guys. That is why we love her.
Absolutely.
Right? So, right, here we go. Let me get this on the... How fabulous does that look?
Amazing.
And how super simple, right? And then remember, you've also got the little stamp set. So this one just says the Make-A-Wish. I've done a little stamp of it, so I'm just going to pop my little Make-A-Wish just over here like this. That'll go there nicely. And then, I forgot I had a little bow for her hair as well. We can add the little bow in there. How super cute is that? And how easy was that to do?
That.
I love that. And bear in mind, I took my inspiration from this one. So same sort of idea, just a different card. Aren't they lovely? So this is why you're watching. Get the ideas and then go and make them yourself.
There There you go, another jam-packed week. Hopefully you've picked up something from our top 10. You've enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Of course, it's a bank holiday here in the UK, but I'll